my name is Alexis and welcome to my channel. I am doing a full makeup look with e.l.f. products today. There are a few items I'm going to have to use that are not e.l.f., but that's just because after using these items for a little bit, I've kind of realized that they don't always work the best for me. So, but most of it's going to be e.l.f., most of all of it. I was going to try and make all my brushes e.l.f., but that's not going to work either. So bear with me, but without further ado, I'm going to get started. Alright, so first I'm going in with my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. And I just like to pump this on the back of my hand, like so. And then just work it into where I have the worst pores. I feel like if I do this part first, and then work the rest of it all around, it just sits better on my face. And then if you need some more, just pop some more on the back of your hand. I don't use a brush for this, but you can if you want. I don't find that it works better for me to use a brush, so I just use my hands. And my hands are clean, I just washed them. I do have some like really bad blemishes right here, and I'll talk more about them in a second. Okay, so next I am going to do my eyes because I do find with the e.l.f. eyeshadow that it kind of has a little bit of fallout, so I don't really like that. So I'm just gonna do my eyes first, is all. It's how we fix that problem. I don't know if I want to like take my e.l.f. smudge pot or take my little, I think I'm gonna do like a combination. No, I'm gonna take my smudge pot because I love this thing. This is in the color Cruisin' Chic. It is literally the prettiest little smudge pot color. It's kind of like a whipped consistency. Like I can pack it down in there. I don't know if you can tell. But, I mean, I still have to get a little bit on my finger, so that's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and start by putting this on. I definitely took this on the wrong hand, so this is kind of awkward. I do my makeup every time. I do wash and moisturize my face. I find that's a very important step. With this, I'm just literally kind of like tapping my eyelids. I'm not really dragging it just because I think that's really bad for your eyelids to drag it across. So that's important too. So I have a nice wash of color. I kind of use this as my primer most of the time because I did not get a eye primer when I did my huge e.l.f. haul. So that was kind of stupid on my part, but you know what? We do with what we can. So now that that's all done, I'm going to take a fluffy brush. It is an e.l.f. fluffy brush, hence this one. I love this brush so much. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. I'm sorry if you can see or hear my cat in the background. Just like I knew he would be all up in my space, so I put him in like the animals room, and he's just really angry at me. So just ignore it. I do apologize. Anyways, getting back to this, so I really do like this palette. However, there are a few things that I'm not like super happy with the fact of like it has lots of fallout in the darker colors, and these colors, like once you put it on, they don't always blend the best, but I mean I make it work. So a color that I've been going into to just like soften up my crease is this one right here. It's just a very light color. It works really well if I work it into my crease. I'm using such a light hand. I don't know if maybe I need to get closer. Do it on the other eye. So this is just a fall look that I'm going for. This is about my favorite time of year, and since we've moved to North Carolina, It's not been the same that it was in Michigan. Like obviously in Michigan, it's like starting to snow. This weekend they're gonna have their first snow, or maybe it's their second snow, I don't remember. But it's just a lot different. So I'm finally getting like the fall weather that I'm in love with, and I've been all about like my sweaters and everything. Today's actually like 70 degrees out though, so it's a little warm. I think I'm gonna take my dogs for a walk after I'm done filming this video. All right, so I have pretty much like my base down. Now I'm going to build upon that. And I'm going to take this other blending brush. I'm not entirely sure like what all these brushes are named. Maybe this is the fluffy brush and this is the blending brush, but it just has like a nice little tip like that. I don't know. I'm just going to take this color right here. It's like a very dark, I don't know, like kind of a caramely color. I'm gonna take that color just a little bit, kind of go like that, and then I'm just gonna work it into my corner, my outer V. Gonna give my eye some definition. This is a look that I've been going for a lot lately just because it's easy and it's just a very nice fall look, I guess. It kind of goes with everything. I do really like it because these don't fade throughout the day. I don't find that it's going all over my face, nothing smudges, nothing creases. The quality is nice. I'm just like not huge on the fallout. I think everyone can agree that fallout's just no fun to work with. So we have that down. I'm going to take another little brush. I guess we'll use this one. This is the crease brush from e.l.f. and it just looks like this. It's actually really nice. It's like a nice angled brush. I'm just going to take another darker color. I'm gonna go into this like burnt, oops, sorry. I'm just gonna go into this burnt orange color right here. And this is a really pretty color to just pop on the outer V just a little bit farther out. Give my eye some more definition, some more color. I like this palette because I think I can take it everywhere. Like this would be a really nice traveling palette for me. I have pretty much all the colors. I use a lot of mattes, and then if all I have to do is take this smudge pot along and the little eyeliner slash eyeshadow pen that I got from e.l.f., like that's really nice. It's really small, compact, and it gives me a lot to work with. Sometimes I find with palettes that I don't use all the colors, but I pretty much can use all the colors in this palette. So I'm gonna just do this on the other eye. But yeah, this has been one of my favorite palettes. I dip into it at least once a day. Sometimes I'll generally use it with other palettes, but if I have to make one look out of this whole palette, it's totally possible. So this is pretty much the ending look. I'm just gonna pop on, actually I'm gonna go back into this color right here, and I'm gonna just pop this again on my crease to kind of lighten everything up and make everything look really blended and nice. Sorry if I'm talking a lot in this video. I haven't made a video in a minute. I finally figured out where I'm gonna film my videos, and that's right here. Ignore my sweater in the back. I just like didn't plan this well. But so this is in my living room. You can see that my dog is looking out the window right now. But this is in my living room, and I finally got a desk. And I think this is a really good spot because I can put my phone right here, and it just, it's perfect for me. Maybe I'll like put a sheet up in the back next time so that you guys aren't like looking at my house, but. So that is pretty much the finished eye look, at least eyeshadow. Now I'm just going to take this, what is it, liner and shadow pen thing. It's a little dirty. And I'm just going to take my colors in brown, and I like how it like twists up. That's really good. It's a little thicker than I had anticipated, but you know what, it's fine. So I'm just going to take this and messily drag it along. just gives me a little bit of definition. Alrighty, so not like a huge difference, just enough. And then I am going to take this part, the color is basic, I don't know if you can tell. The light kind of washes it out, but I'm just gonna take this right here just to give a little bit of a highlight. I'm gonna go in with another highlight as well. But this is just kind of like the base to that. You know, I just realized I have to do concealer and everything, so that's probably pretty pointless. Alrighty, so next I'm going in with the foundation. And I just need to say some things about this foundation before I put it on. First, I want some of my coffee. Okay, so my skin is very sensitive. I have these pimples here, and it was caused by this foundation. Now, I don't want to say this foundation is the worst foundation out there. I do think it sits really nicely on my skin, and I do really like the pump and everything because like it has a pump. It's fairly nice actually. I really don't mind the foundation. However, I personally do have to be careful about the foundations I use on my face because my skin breaks out very easily. So this foundation might not be for you. They do have an acne one. I would be very curious to know if that one works. I just have not used it. I was really curious about this one. I wish I could remember which one this is. My color is in porcelain, but it doesn't say which one this is. I completely forgot which foundation this is. I think it's like the Flawless one or something, but for everyday skin, like it's fine. My skin, no, I have very sensitive skin. So, but I am going to use it for the sake of this video, and hopefully I don't break out again. Okay, so I just pump a little bit on the back of my hand, like the tiniest little amount. Okay, it looks kind of like a lot. But then I take a beauty blender. Now I got this beauty blender from Marshall's, and I think it was Revolve was the brand name of this, and it's amazing. I really, really like this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dip it into the foundation and then start putting it on my face. Another thing with that, with the Simply Poreless or whatever the primer, you have to let it dry before you put anything on your skin, or else everything will just kind of move around. Now, even though I don't have the best skin, I do like to put a very sheer layer. I don't like to have super cakey looking skin, because for the most part, like, I do have nice skin. It's just in spots I have like blemishes and stuff. So I just go in and touch those up with concealer. I don't feel that I need to have full coverage every day. Now, if I'm going to an interview where I think I'm going to start to get really red, yes, I will put full coverage on. But that's why I really like the Beauty Blender. Like, my skin still looks super dewy, and I do have like kind of oily skin, but I kind of combination skin, so I just put the powder where it needs to go. I feel like my skin will look a lot healthier. Now, if you're in a rush, I don't suggest that you use a beauty blender. I'm just gonna point that out because I think that it takes a lot longer to get this done. For the most part, I'm actually really happy with the e.l.f. products that I bought. I'm not at all upset. So, now that I have that down, I'm just gonna kind of make sure everything is nice and blended. Skin still looks really nice, it looks very fresh, and that's what I like. So next I'm going in, if I can find it, oh man. Okay. So I take two different concealers when I'm using my e.l.f. stuff, because I do like to use this brightening concealer, but I don't find it actually covers the blemishes. But what I did find is if I put it over the blemish and then I take like my Fit Me concealer and put that over top of the brightening one after I've blended it in, it seems to mask the blemish a lot better, but I still don't feel like I have a ton of product on my face. So I'm gonna show you how I do that now. So I just take my my e.l.f. brightening concealer and just go ahead. I wipe a lot of the excess off so I'm not putting a ton on my face. I just put it where my dark circles are because I feel like that helps there. I put it a little bit, I have a blemish up there, and then I do just kind of, I want to brighten up my face, you know, the usual. And then there, and there. So those are all the places I want to brighten. Now these are the places I want to then conceal, which is there. Now I'm not saying my skin's going to look perfect after this, but it does look pretty dang good. So I'm done with that. Now I take a brush. So I take a synthetic brush. This is my Real Techniques brush. I was going to use my e.l.f. brush, however, I just used it to apply a mask to my face, so this shall suffice. So I just start to kind of blend this in a little bit. I do a lot of tapping motions. Now it looks a little crazy underneath my eye. That's fine, that's why we go into the other concealer. So right here, I do like to take this and just, because it doesn't blend very well. See? There we go. I'm going to take it just here a little bit. So it doesn't look nearly as crazy. And then we're just gonna go back in with the brush. I'm gonna go over everything with my Beauty Blender just because I wanna make sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, so next I go in with my Fit Me concealer and I pop this underneath my eyes. This kind of neutralizes it a little bit. I'm gonna pop it on all my pimples, but I'm not going to pop it where I highlighted because I don't feel like it needs it. I feel like the e.l.f. one did what it needed to do with highlighting. So next I go in, I just tap, tap, tap away, and it's pretty much gone. Like, it's really good. Sometimes after I take the brush over it, I like to go back in with the Beauty Blender and make sure everything turned out the same color, so I'm not walking around with patchy skin. Okay, and that is that. So now I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. It's so powdery. My e.l.f. What is this? Sheer powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and dump a little bit in there. And then I have a little bit right there. I don't know if I can really show it. And then I just take this fluffy brush from Real Techniques. It's a contour brush, but I don't use it for that. I take a little bit on my brush and then shake it away. And then I just pat under my eyes. I just kind of put it everywhere that I get greasy throughout the day or oily. I really do like this powder. The only thing I do have to say is right under my eyes, it does tend to make everything kind of crease. So it does not do the best job under my eyes, but everywhere else it does a great job. So I'm not super upset. Alrighty, so we're very close to being done. So next I'm just going to go in and I'm going to bronze my face. Actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna pop on this plumper that I got. Now, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this because the first couple times it didn't really work, but now it seems to be working. A little bit, not like drastic change, but it tingles. So I'm just taking this e.l.f. little palette to bronze and blush. This color is a little bit dark for me, so I have to be really careful. I actually kind of want to take this brush. No, I want to take this one. My brushes got really messed up when I washed them, so just ignore that. But so I'm gonna go ahead, take it on this brush. I'm gonna wipe it off my arm. And then do the other side. And I'm just gonna take this blush. It is very, very like shimmery, so a little bit goes a long way. And then if I feel like I have too much, I just go back in with my beauty blender and blend it all out. Now, something I'm super excited about and I've been wearing a lot lately is this little e.l.f. highlight. I don't remember what color it's in, but it's like this nice peachy color. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this on the back of my hand. And then I kind of warm it up with my finger, like so. It's very pink in this color, or in this light, but I promise it's not that pink on the cheeks. And then I just go ahead and put it onto my face. I have a nice little glow. It's very pretty. It's very, very pretty and very, it shows up, especially in this light. Just take it on my nose. Take it on the inner corners. Alrighty. Got my highlight down. And now last but not least, I'm just going to take this color I have by e.l.f. It is Seductive. It's from their $1 line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this on my lips. It's not a super like fall color, but I think with this eye that I have going, it's like a really nice contrast. So that is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful. I really tried to go through all, oh, I completely forgot to do my eyebrows. Oh my gosh, my eyebrow spoolie. This is on the end of one of my e.l.f. brushes, or e.l.f. pens, and then this literally doesn't even have a name on it anymore. Oh wait, no, I got my color in taupe. I haven't even put on wow, I'm just a hot mess. My eyebrows really don't need a whole lot of love right now. Go ahead, take this Mine got really dirty. That's like the only thing I don't think I like about this product, is that because I do fill in my eyebrows, it gets super dirty, and like that's the only thing that's left in there. So that's a thing. I don't really use a lot. I just like hardly touch my eyebrows. I don't think I'll be buying this product again. I wasn't super excited about it. The eyelash part, I guess, is kind of nice, but I never really use it because I just put on some mascara. So now I'm going to finish my eyes because I never even finished those. I'm gonna go ahead, take my eyeliner that I took before, put that below my eyes. Doesn't have to be super precise. I'm making mine messy. And then I'm going to take the other end and just sweep that across. I realize now that maybe you guys couldn't see like half of what I was doing this whole time, so just kind of blend it in. And then put on some mascara after I curl my eyelashes, and then we should be done. So I'll just go ahead, curl, curl, curl away. And then we'll Okay, now that is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I really hope that it was helpful. I hope that now you kind of know what e.l.f. products work, what ones don't. To reiterate, don't get this if you have, you know, sensitive skin. I just don't think that it'd probably be good for you. I'd try the acne one that they have. Because I do like the price point on this. I do like the way it sits on my face, but I don't like the fact that it breaks out. So probably not going to be using a whole lot of this. My second thing that I've had really mixed feelings on this for a long time. I think maybe once my skin gets a little bit more tan again, I'll really like this, but it's gonna be a while. And that's my e.l.f. Bronzing and blush palette. I just don't think that this works for me really well. I have to use such a light hand that it almost just makes sense not to use it at all. So, meh. And the other thing that I'm not super excited about was my e.l.f. Where'd it go? Right here. This, I don't know, this isn't my favorite thing in the world. I don't like to use it. The only reason I do is because my eyebrows are a little crazy because I've been trying to let them grow out rather than getting them done all the time. So that's kind of like where I'm at with all of my products that I got. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that maybe you'll try out some more of the e.l.f. products. I think that they're really great. And if you like this, give it a thumbs up. And please hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos. I hope to be getting them out more now. I don't have a job, so this is probably what I'll be doing. All right, so I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye.